Greetings, everyone, locally, globally, internationally. Just welcome and happy spring day. It's beautiful here in the city of Atlanta. Might be a little cool now, but I'm going to step back out and just absorb some wonderful air. I'm really just relaxing, to be honest. This is the weekend that I chose to listen to my intuition, listen to my body, and just really relax. Okay? Not every weekend do I need to just be out on the run. I'm busy 7 days, literally a week. Even if I'm in the house, like I'm doing my podcast. However, just going outside of my personal space, I'm just relaxing, and it's all good. This is the weekend that I needed to just chill out. So, but yet I'm still taking care of business. I'm just not out taking care of business. But let's move forward. Again, greetings, light, and love to everyone. You are, or you have, reached Aisha Speaks Jade podcast, where I am none other than Aisha, Ayesha, or Jade, whichever you prefer, as long as you put that RESPECT on it. And again, happy spring. It's just beautiful. I love when the trees are blowing, just nature. A lot of times people's moods and attitudes are a little better. I know mine's is. I love the sun, getting that vitamin D or K, and just being appreciative as always. So today, even though I wasn't too sure if I was going to do a actual live video or live audio, but I really did choose to do a live audio. So I am present. I hope that you are as well. I hope that you are enjoying this Sunday as well as enjoying every day of the week. Despite challenges, I hope that you are able to push through those challenges. And for those that did not, unfortunately, wake up and they have transitioned on, I want to say peace and blessings be upon the family and Namyoho Renge Kyo and all that universal sayings, that the deceased or that person that transition is in a better place, and that the family comes to a presence where they can begin to heal. Okay, so today's topic that I want to talk about, and before I do that, just know I am hashtag the researcher and also hashtag the messenger. So again, today the topic of discussion is remote workers are outperforming office workers. And here's why. Again, remote workers are outperforming the office workers. And I'm going to speak about here's why. So research shows that office workers cannot concentrate at their desk. Okay? So these are some scenarios from people's experiences or examples. And so I'm just going to, just kind of speak on those and then give the three examples or the three reasons remote workers outperform office workers. So, have you seen any of these gimmicky office designs? Candy dispensers in conference rooms, hammocks and indoor tree houses. Tech companies tend to be the worst offenders with the startup favorites, which can be beer taps and table tennis. Nowadays they have those things called WeWork, which is all over. They have other ones that's similar to WeWorks. They just may not call them WeWorks, but I'm thinking of WeWorks offhand because they have quite a few that they have built up in the metro Atlanta area, which is pretty cool. So if you don't really necessarily have an office space and you're looking to have a small office space or kind of co-work with other individuals, or you may have a meeting that you need to set up, that you need to have some type of office space, and you may not want to go to perhaps a Starbucks or a library or even your own home. WeWorks has those type of spaces for you to go to. So maybe there is fun for a moment when the candy bar drops, but does all that money spent on gimmicks deliver anything meaningful for the people who work there? Okay, so this person says, I have to wonder why company founders are trying so hard with these in-office perks. I get that the goal is to create collaboration and fun, but I think this is doing more harm than good. And research shows that the problem is only getting worse. So, in fact, one study found that the number of people who say they cannot concentrate at their desks has increased by 16% since 2008. Also, what's startling is the number of workers who say that they do not have access to quiet places to do focus work is up by 13%. It should not matter where people are getting the work done, as long as they are focused and working hard each day. This is one of the reasons why we founded AHA, 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 on the premise and promise of remote work. Remote work is working for us. We are one of the fastest growing software companies in the U.S. and a 100% distributed team. I am not alone in this belief. Plenty of studies and surveys show the power of remote work when it comes to productivity. And so here are 3 reasons remote workers outperform office workers. So let's jump right into it. Which the first is productivity. With no office distractions and greater anatomy, remote workers have the freedom to get more done. This is something most people crave. According to a nationwide survey, 65% of workers said that remote work would give their productivity a boost. Another 86% said that working alone allows them to hit maximum productivity. A lot of people love to work independently. I'm an open person, but I prefer to work independently. Especially working for corporate America, I prefer to work independently, but if I need to be, team-based, I'm open, but yes. Working alone, it just eliminates a lot of that drama in the workplace. And, I'm definitely not one of those people who need to have a supervisor, over my shoulders looking and being micromanaged and things of that nature. Even when I was younger, limited some supervision, back in the day, but really just let me do me, please. It's so much better. My attitude is so much better, and my work performance is so much better. So I definitely see why a lot of people like to work independently. I definitely get why people like to be business owners, entrepreneurs, because they have that flexibility and that freedom. So that was about productivity. The next is teamwork. Teamwork. Despite the distance, remote workers make the best teammates. This is because that distance demands more communication. So without being able to lean on physical proximity, remote workers must reach out to one another frequently and with purpose. This leads to stronger collaborations, okay, and all those long distance video chats. An astounding 92% of workers say the video collaboration actually improves their teamwork. So some of this may work. Some people need that physical, face-to-face communication, like collaboration. Others, the whole technology thing, I'm telling you, people are definitely into the video collaboration, the Skyping and all the other, video chats that we have. Again, there's such a large information and resources that is out here. You don't always have to be face to face in order to connect or network in order to get things done. You can do it via video, and that's okay. All right. So that was about teamwork. And last, I wanted to make sure this was cute, sweet, and simple, yet very informative. And the last is presence. Presence. So office life is littered with absences. Workers who are calling in sick or sneaking out early to run an errand or get to an event on time. Yes, haven't we all seen that in the workplace? If you've ever been in a workplace before where, yes, they call in sick at the last minute, a lot of times, let me just be honest. Or yes, I've seen the whole sneaking out early to run errands that don't have anything to do with work, but it's no judgment on my end. Okay, because you do you, because we're all grown, so we all have to be accountable, okay? But it happens, right? Or to get to an event on time, you have to leave out early. But remote workers do not need to make excuses since they are not tied to an office. They can design their workday to meet the demands of their lives. So if they have a cold, they can work from home without spreading the germs to others. Because we know a lot of times, even with that, on the flip side, people, they come in sick. I really don't know their sick time issues or how much time they have. But yes, they come in, germs is just everywhere. I'm a little bit of a germophobic. So yes, I clean my desks, clean up around my desk and sanitize every day quite a bit, because you have different people that come to my desk that, let's just be honest, a lot of people, if they cough or sneeze, they don't know how to put their hands over their mouths, and people don't have the proper they don't wash their hands, right? I've seen it. Women go in the bathroom, they do what they do, and then they leave out. And I'm sure that a lot of guys, they do it too. Not everybody, but people do it. So when you're working remotely, you don't have to deal with all of that, right? Because again, you have the flexibility. You don't have to be tied down to going into corporate America to work. Not that anything's wrong with working with corporate America, because if that's your goal or if that's your career, that's you. But people are really turning around and doing things different. Being a remote worker. Okay, so remote workers, again, don't need to make excuses. So, okay, and so if they need to run an errand, they can handle it quickly without losing a work day. This ultimately makes remote workers more present for their work and team. And again, that team doesn't have to physically be right there in front of their face. It can do video chat, okay? Or conference calls. Right. So there are just a few, not there, but these are just a few of the reasons, which was three, that the most effective workers are the ones who do not work in an office. Remote workers are able to cut through the noise and focus on what really matters: meaningful work and being happy doing it. Because when you have a happy coworker, you get productive, they're productive, and work gets done. Okay? So again, I spoke about productivity, okay, with no office distractions. I spoke about teamwork, meaning you don't have to have a person physically right there next to you. You can do long distance video chats, or even if you're local and you want to do video chats, it's okay. All right, doing video collaborations. And then presence. You don't have to be there. Office life is littered with absences, calling out sick, sneaking out, blah, blah, blah. You can design your workday to meet your demands, right? And when you have a happy worker, it's productivity, work gets done, and everybody across the board is satisfied, okay? So again, these are just a few of the reasons that the most effective workers are the ones who do not work in an office. Remote workers are able to cut through the noise and focus on what really matters, meaningful work and being happy doing it. Okay, so no beer taps or hammocks is necessary, because sometimes a lot of these corporate Americas, they just go over the top doing stuff, and a lot of that is not needed. You can use that money to go towards somewhere else. How about an incentive for your coworkers? So here's a question for you to think about with all that being said. So the question is, remote workers or office workers? Who do you think is more effective? Remote workers or office workers? Leave it in my comment box. Please don't forget, the question is again, remote workers or office workers? Who do you think is more effective? Thank you, guys. That was definitely a reminder for me. Really cool. I'm interested in that whole remote office, WeWorkspace, or the AHA, which is another one. I believe it is. I have to check into that. So if you guys could please, while you're enjoying your happy Sunday, and it's happy springtime Sunday, please, I invite you to join my social media platform, which of course I am on Facebook right now, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and I do have a YouTube channel where you can find me at Aisha Speaks Jade. Again, Aisha Speaks Jade. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and my YouTube channel, which you can go to my YouTube channel and hit that thumbnail to subscribe, as well as hit that notification bell to stay in the loop of everything. Ladies and gents, please make sure that you self-care 7 days a week, 365 days out of a year. Make sure that that is incorporated into your life every day. Okay? It should be a necessity, something that you do every day. It could be the smallest thing, but make sure that you self-care every day. Self-love, self-respect, know your worth and your value, create your greatness as well as your happiness, okay? Also get into a habit of self-development, okay? Because we all can work on ourselves, okay? No one's so perfect that you don't that you don't need to. You need to work on self-development as well as self-awareness, okay? Like Nike, just do it. If you have toxic people in your life, toxic or negative people in your life, I know it's up to you. I can't tell you what to do. But if they don't mean you any good, remove them away. Remove yourself away from toxic people, places, or situations, because we all know if we stay in it, then we become it. Okay? Watch the words that you speak. When you speak negative words, negative things happen. Get into also a habit of motivational and inspirational words. Do the I am every day. You can Google it or YouTube it or create your own. I am, whatever that looks like, and say it every day. Make it a pattern to say it every day, and watch how the universe and the creator opens it up for you. And the right things will attract you. And if the wrong things attract you, you'll be able to recognize what that is so that you can keep yourself away from it. The 3 C's that I'm practicing is catch it, check it, and change it. Catch it, check it, and change it. And so with that being said, I'm going to continue to enjoy my day. I hope that you do the same as well. Oh, here's my shameless plug. Make sure if you have not liked Chit Chat Chew Show, LLC Facebook page, make sure that you do. Our podcast, I'm one of the co-hosts of Chit Chat Chew Show, LLC. The Facebook page where you can like it. We have a show from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. With that being said, peace and blessings be upon you all. Namaste and Ashe.